Welcome back to Barber Motorsports Park for Twins Cup. It is round 3 of their 7th round championship here for the 2026 championship season. Already having races back at Daytona as well as Road Atlanta. Starting to get a look at who the players are going to be. We've already run 4 races. We have a pair of races here this weekend. We take a look now at the full starting group. Everyone has made their way to their grid positions. You can see the light board up in the top left-hand side of your screen. Lights are out. It is go time here at Barber Motorsports Park for Twins Cup. See who gets the launch going into turn 1, and it's going to be Hank Vosberg with a tremendous run around the field.
Yeah, you see Matt Chapin there trying to make a move early on, but Kevin O made it, and his teammate Ozzie Woodworth there in third.
12 laps, so it's a little bit longer than the race that we just saw here at the racetrack with Mission Super Hooligans. A little more time to get up into the rhythm, but not enough to let anybody get too far ahead of him.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to let Hank get too far out there. Just his consistency we've seen in practice and qualifying this year. He's able to put those laps down, and you can see the Kearns boys got their head down. Kevin O'Mada back on the podium last week. Let's see if he can do it again.
You can see through the camera shots that there are some clouds overhead. You might have seen the weather pop up there at the top of the screen. Track temperature 98 degrees right now, and it's pretty consistent to what these riders in this class have had over the course of the last couple of days. So they should have a good book of information to be able to use for this.
I think Woodworth lost a couple spots. We mentioned he was third there coming out of turn 2. Not sure if he made a mistake or what, but he's fallen to the back of this group.
Kevin Almeida under pressure right now from the 95 of Matthew Chapin. Been a couple of years since Kevin Almeida had been out on a bike racing, and you see Chris Parrish there on the 128. Young is 15, and Hank Vosberg that's leading the race right now, and then you have Chris Parrish who there on the 128 inside of the top 5 was the first champion of this category back in 2018. So you've got a good mix of experience level out there.
Well, I think where the passings were, the fast line is around here. You kind of open up the entries in some of these corners, and when a rider does that, you can sneak up the inside. So that's one of those places. And then also through this chicane, if you can get a really good run through this chicane and put yourself on the left side going into this next left-hander, you're able to make the move. You see Logan looks at it, he's just not close enough.
Seems like we might have a transponder issue for the 95 of Matthew Chapin. Also, as you can see him out on the racetrack, still circulating in second, under pressure right now from Logan Cunnison, but he is maintaining that second place position. But here comes Kevin Almeida. We said it, he was not giving up just yet, and he saw his opportunity.
And with a track like this, when you see that opportunity, you have to take it, but that does kill your drive up the front straightaway. So maybe it looked like Logan was going to try to fight back, but not able to make it.
Once already here this season, is the most recent race winner, so he was carrying some momentum into the weekend, but it just hasn't gone as smoothly as he would have liked.
Kevin O'Mada good in that last corner, so we might see an outright track record this lap for Hank. Looking at the splits, yes, 29-3.
Now ahead of Chris Parrish, who is staying inside of the top 5, and if you talk to him about down in the paddock, Chris will tell you, I'm just one of the old guys, you got all these young kids out here, but Chris, he puts in so much work off the track to get the bike second.
And Logan Cunnison has an engine issue. You see the big cloud of smoke coming out of turn 3. It's unfortunate for Logan there. He's going to be out of the race.
After pushing so hard to stay there in contention for a podium, you can see him now off to the side and safely getting off of the racetrack.
He's got a lot of pressure on him. I'm sure he sees his pit board every lap, seeing +0. Puts his head down, goes a little bit quicker, hoping to see that gap when the pit board starting to open up, but it's not.
The other rider out there right now in the 29s is Isaac Woodworth, back in that 5th position, so he's continuing to push as well here in the second half of the race.
Well, for him, at least it's the same bike, but it's a new environment. And, you know, you mentioned this going into this race. Sometimes you forget how young these kids are. They don't have a lot of experience. You know, he did Twins Cup racing last year. He's still so young. So this is a good battle for 6th, 7th, 8th.
See Solly Mervis there on the 25, seeing if he can be the late breaker, getting it down and turned in. He's a little wide.
Sam Drain there also.
Andrew Way there on the 62. You have Solly Mervis on the 25 and the orange leathers. Seth Dahmer in the white getting around Solly right now on bike 34. Through the tail end of the field as he crosses the line, the white flag waves. This will be the final lap here for Twins Cup. You can see other bikes there in the shot, so it's all about not making mistakes and just getting through clean. He's done all of the work up to this point. It's the 5:08 of Bear Stevenson.
Matt's moved himself into 2nd. He's made the pass somewhere, the start-finish line. He was 2nd, so
yep.
Somewhere in there, Matt was able to make the move, and they're going to come into traffic, and this could be a big play for these guys.
I think that could have been, you can see the bikes behind them, that could have been where Matthew was able to get around Kevin Almeida also after they did cross the stripe. Kevin's done it before. We'll see if he has enough to do it again. Can he move himself up one more step on the podium? Finished 3rd at Road Atlanta. I think he'd be happy with another podium result, but he's a racer, right? Always looking for a little bit more. Just a reminder, as you're looking at the scoring pylon on the screen, Matthew Chapin on the 95 is sitting in the 2nd place. As we come to the stripe, the race win will go to Hank Vosberg. As we see this gap now to 2nd place, it'll be the 95 of Matthew Chapin, with Kevin Almeida rounding out our top 3. Another strong result for him. What a great race for 2026. A lot to celebrate for that young rider. We'll hear from our top 3 with Renita right after we step away, take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. These kids are going to be excited. On the championship point standings, as Hank Vosberg, of course, with the win, continuing to lead, but now Matthew Chapin sits in 2nd. Sam Drain, of course, not able to score those points.